you go into it with kind of an unstable ground, that kid totally picks up on like, you know, mom and dad, you guys seem kind of confused. That makes me feel kind of uncomfortable.
The challenge that she has giving up the iPad, obviously we use it on an airplane and like when we're out to eat or whatever, because I'm like, I need you to like not be bothering everybody else around it.
So it's like we're putting something on our face to, in a sense, alter our natural appearance. So I kind of view aesthetics the same way. I would say I'm more of like a skin quality girl or a prevention girl.
Yeah.
Not a the damage is done, now let's try to fix it and undo it.
Welcome to the Best for Your Nest podcast, where we sit down with difference makers in the Shoreview community and talk to them a little bit about the impact that they're making on other people's lives.
And today we've invited and are welcoming Kristin Pavelka, and she is just someone who truly embodies what it looks like to deeply care for people, walk alongside people in vulnerable stages of life, and just she's the heart of this community. So pumped you're here. Thank you for coming. I will read my introduction because I crafted it, so I don't want to miss anything. Kristin has been married to her husband Royce for almost 11 years. They recently celebrated their 10-year anniversary with a trip to Normandy and other parts of France, which just feels like such a dreamy and beautiful way to mark a decade together. She's a mom of 3, so she's raising a 10-year-old, 8-year-old, and a 5-year-old. And has spent quite a bit of years now navigating this motherhood, career shifts, and entrepreneurship with courage and grace and intention. For over 12 years, Kristin worked as a labor and delivery nurse, which she'll share with us more about. She was walking alongside women in some of the most life-challenging and vulnerable moments in their lives, all while raising her own babies at home. In 2023, she made a brave decision to pause, reset, and pivot a little bit into becoming an esthetician here locally and launching her own business full-time. It's fascinating how both of her careers center around development, beauty, and helping women. And I would love to hear more about that. Kristin is also someone who leads quietly, but very powerfully. She opens her home, she organizes events, she's a good friend, she's brave, she invests in friendships, and she shows up very generously. We are so excited to talk about marriage, motherhood, business, and this community.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Nice welcome. Yes, thank you guys.
If you were to be asked like to describe yourself, what would you say first?
Oh my gosh. I don't even know. I mean, I would say follower of Jesus, wife, mother to 3. I think it's taken me a while to have the registered nurse in me be put on the back burner, because I think for so long, like through schooling and everything, that kind of becomes your identity, and you're working so hard and you're picking up extra hours, sometimes working, 16-hour shifts where you're at the hospital, and that truly like becomes you. And so for so long I was, hi, my name's Kristin, I'm a registered nurse, and it takes a while to like shake that. But
step out of that identity.
And so now it's like, well, I think about if my family was gone and I was just Kristin the registered nurse, how sad would that be, So I think it's kind of that pivoting moment in life where it's like, sure, I worked really hard to accomplish that goal, to get that degree, but it's not who I am.
Oh, I love that. That's great. So you and Royce just celebrated, about to celebrate 11, but I feel like 10 is such a big number for somebody who haven't even been married for 5.
Yeah.
And you went to France, and I'm just wondering, how does it feel to be somebody who has been married for 10? It's a massive milestone.
Yeah. Double digits.
What are the secrets? No. I know there's no secrets, but like
Well, so really like Royce and I didn't really know each other that long before we got engaged, and then got married shortly after. So like we had only known each other for 15 months when we got married. Right? I'm like, is that right? That's right. And then got pregnant 4 weeks later. So it was like really quickly, it was one thing after the next. And truly that first year of marriage was the worst. Like it was so hard. Like we went from like, he lived on his own, I lived on my own. I had a dog, he had a dog. Now we're like colliding under the same roof, sharing a bed, sharing a dresser, sharing a closet. Yeah. And that's like a really scary feeling to be like, and I was working night shifts and he would work during the day. And it was like, then we got pregnant right away. And it was just like so chaotic. But really like we had such a firm foundation in Christ. And like, I mean, I told Anya recently, I'm like, if we didn't have that, we would have been done probably 5 times over. Yeah. So really it was like that foundation that we're able both to like fall on, lean into, even when there's days where you're like, well, this is like not a good day. Yeah. And you're just able to be like, okay, well, you know what, tomorrow's a new day. Like, we got this. So
I like that.
That's
Tomorrow's
awesome.
a new day.
yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I feel like each day is like a new beginning. You gotta like leave the past in the past. And I think as long as you're kind of like failing forward together, it's going to be different challenges. Like I don't want to be having the same problems. Like it's okay if we still have problems in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. Yeah. But like they better not be the same ones that we already went through 1 year ago. Yeah. That gets boring. And it also is like a sign of no growth.
Yeah. So. And I mean, it's like new seasons, right? Once you have kids, it's like, now there's a new season and then now they're growing. So you're growing in their seasons. And I would say truly like every year with him gets better and like also gets easier. Yeah. So because you truly are like merging, like you do become more of one as like time passes. Yeah. I love that. So it really has like gotten easier and like I genuinely mean that. I mean, there's definitely days where you're like, this is a hard day or like, I don't want to deal with, I don't know, whatever it is. And so like, that's hard, but like, I don't know, God tells us life's going to be hard sometimes. So you just got to figure it out. Yeah. Totally feel over there.
I was actually just going to ask that too about you being 12 years in labor and delivery. Yeah. You were working as a nurse before you had a baby. Yeah. What do you think that taught you before you had a baby? And what were you like, nothing could have prepared me for this, having your first baby. Like you guided women through having a baby. Yeah. And then all of a sudden you're doing it. Yeah. What do you think like you couldn't even tell someone until you actually did it?
So like the pregnancy portion, I wouldn't let Royce like talk to the baby at all. I was very disconnected. Okay. Just as far as like protecting myself and protecting my heart. Yeah. And then like having the baby, I don't know.
Like that was a long time.
I mean, it was so hard, like, right? Because it's like I had 2 medicated deliveries. I had 1 unmedicated delivery while Royce was parking the car, like, because she just came so fast.
Oh my gosh.
So he like missed the whole thing. So it was like a blessing that it's fast, yes, but then it's like you're sitting there trying to process what just happened in like 40 minutes of what normally takes someone like 12 hours. And so like that was hard. I would say that was probably my hardest one, was my unmedicated. Yeah. Because it's like, okay, wait, that was supposed to happen over 12 hours, not 40 minutes, not in like a car ride to the hospital. Yeah. And like he dropped me off and then parked the car and came out, she was already out. Yeah. So like
and you had expectations of how it should go because you'd done this 2 times before. So you're like, I'm kind of like anticipating this in a certain way. Yeah. But then like, and were you still a labor and delivery nurse at that time too?
Yeah.
So you were still doing that. So like, how do
I
you?
was like, I delivered in my sundress.
Do you feel like that helped you then like guide other women through it later? Like you be like, I went through this.
Yes.
And then now I can. Yes,
because like then afterwards there's like you feel all the cramps and everything, and you're like, this is like very uncomfortable afterwards too, not just the like actual process. It's like afterwards you're really uncomfortable, and so I would be like really mindful with my patients and be like, I know this hurts, I'm so sorry, but and then just like, I don't know, we didn't have like a lot of mishap or anything funky like right after or, I mean, truly I feel like it was all in all like a walk in the park. Like I feel like we were really blessed in that sense. Yeah. And then, I mean, I have epilepsy, so working through like medication adjustments while I was pregnant, like that was tricky.
Yeah.
And so I joke, I say God gave me easy deliveries because he knew I had to like work through that.
A lot of it.
So he's like, okay, I'll give you easy deliveries.
Yeah. So one word of advice for women entering the stage of, I know we've all had babies, but I think like, what's the one thing that you would tell somebody, even if they're on their third baby?
Yeah.
Like what is your like one thing that you would give as a mom who also has
gone through this,
probably thousands of deliveries?
Yeah. Are you talking about like labor and delivery or like the postpartum?
Labor and delivery specifically.
Oh gosh.
Honestly, we'll take any advice.
Surrender to the journey because it's like you want to be in control of things and you want things to go your way and you have like this picture of how things are going to go. And like chances are it's probably just not going to go the way that you're picturing it. Yeah. So just like surrender to the journey and accept like what's coming your way and stop trying so hard to control like every little thing.
And life too.
Yeah. That's
good advice, but also, I like it.
Yeah. So in 2023, when you kind of decided to pause and reset and maybe slow down, I'm just curious, from going from night shifts and really intense work and working under different doctors, can't even imagine, to just being by yourself at home with your thoughts and with your 3 kids.
Yes.
Was there anything, because neither of us 3 are stay-home moms full time, and I think that's a challenge in itself.
It totally is, yeah.
I'm wondering, how did you handle that year?
Yeah, that was a really hard year. I, everyone, or a lot of people, I should say like, if you get the opportunity to stay at home, take it.
Everybody says that. Yeah.
Oh, it's such a blessing to just stay at home. Well, it just was not for me. That was like not a good season in my life, actually. So it was like, Royce was like, you clearly need to work. And so he's like, do something that will give you joy. And I'm like, I don't think you're going to like my answer. But I was like, I think I want to get into aesthetics. Like, it's just like, I think it'd be super fun. It still has like that bedside aspect. You're still educating. So I was like, I think I'm just going to take one course and like see how it goes. We'll see if I like it.
So you really didn't dwell on staying home season.
No.
You just kind of tapped into.
So I stayed home for 1 full year and I just was like, found myself in like an actual, like, this is not going well.
Okay.
And Royce was totally like, I agree. This is just not what either of us thought it was going to be. Like, nothing to sit and like feel bad about. It's just not, it's not for you. It's not for me. Like, let's just pivot. Like, let's do something else. So anyways, yes, did aesthetics, took that course, loved it. Awesome. And just figured like, okay, maybe I'll do a little Botox. Maybe I'll do a little this. And then it just kind of took off.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You've mentioned before that you've had a health condition growing up.
Yeah.
And I know one of your kids has that too, and you've semi-recently been dealing with it just directly, and I'm just wondering, for somebody maybe who doesn't have fully healthy kids and maybe goes through something similar, what would you say as a medical professional and as a parent?
Yeah. I think when it comes to medicine in particular, like, knowledge is power. So if you're dealing with a medical condition, like, the more you can know and understand about the condition, whether it's specific testing or medications or whatever, you need to do what's right for your family. But I also think knowledge is power. So if you're super against certain things, like, that's okay, but also maybe give it time, and time might tell, like, no, maybe this test is the right thing for you. Maybe you're opposed to the test for a year or something, but then things keep happening. Well, now it's time to like maybe actually address doing the extra testing or those kinds of things. So, I mean, that's how I am. And I also think with a spouse, right? Because I can make my own decisions for my children, but now it's me and my partner have to make these decisions for our children. So it's not just me saying, I want to do this testing, or me saying, I don't want to do that testing, or I want to medicate, or I don't want to medicate. It's the two of us coming together and saying, this is a partnership and we need to go into this strong together. So we need to be like 100% on board with whatever decisions being made so that this child isn't being confused about what testing he's going through or what medications he's being put on or why. Because if you go into it with kind of an unstable ground, that kid totally picks up on like, you know, mom and dad, you guys seem kind of confused. That makes me feel kind of uncomfortable. And so I think that those kiddos really pick up on like that kind of behavior too, or even just like the chatter between the two parents. Like, you know, I agree. No, I don't agree. And just those little things when they know you're disagreeing over something that's involves their life. And so I think just to have those conversations in private so that the two of you can go into it like really strong, really solid.
This is amazing. Thank you. I haven't even thought of that. Well, my kids are much younger.
Yeah.
So that's why you are here.
Yeah.
Would you, maybe don't compare, but you remember the newborn stages that you went through with your kids, and now you are at a different stage. Now I know you drive them to sports.
Oh, yes.
You have to create
I'm a mom Uber.
You have to create this fun for them, and then they give you feedback after with like being 10, 8, and 5. How does that, maybe advice you would give for somebody who is about to be you maybe a couple of years from now, what to expect? Because you think like, when kids are little, it's so hard because they are so needy. And now they are not as needy for you, but they require some other things.
Yeah, I mean, still thinking like Tillie is only 5.
Yeah.
Tillie's not, I mean, yes, I have a 10-year-old, but
that's a big difference.
I still have a 5-year-old. And so, you know, we're really intentional about putting the screens away. We try really hard, and I think we've kind of been on the fence, like, do they need a phone when they go to sports?
Yeah. That's a tough one.
But the reality is, like, they have friends, parents that are someone that's close by or a coach or whatever. And so if they need to call, like, there's a phone available. They know my phone number and they can call me. So, like, really decided no phones till, like, around 15. We do have a quote-unquote old, like, home phone, an old cell phone that they can use if they're at home and parents aren't home.
Okay.
So that's just a decision we've made, I would say, somewhat recently. And then we do play a lot of board games together. So if they're not at sports, like, Tillie was playing poker and blackjack like 2 nights ago.
Amazing.
And we get out like pennies, and like Royce is really big on like building a foundation of like they need to know numbers well because knowing math gets them far in life, you know, just being able to apply that to their day-to-day life.
Math is so boring in like school, so I think like counting money, Monopoly, like all of that stuff, that's smart. I like that. So do that, a lot of that, or like Tillie can play Flip 7 on her own. Or, yeah, so there's different like card games, that kind of stuff that we'll do. And truly, I'm not kidding. If your kids are on an iPad or whatever, and you're like, hey, I want to go play a board game. Will you play a board game with me? I'm not kidding you. They'll throw the iPad and be like, yeah. That's awesome.
That's great.
They're like just happy.
They just like, they crave that interaction. And I'm like, even I have a 3-year-old, and I'm like, I watch her, like, the challenge that she has giving up the iPad. Obviously, we use it on an airplane and, like, when we're out to eat or whatever, because I'm like, I need you to, like, not be bothering everybody else around it. And, like, part of it's for me because I need that. But it's like, if we just sat her on the couch letting her watch it, then it becomes less of a tool because they don't care about it anymore when they're, like, in an airplane. They're like, well, I get to watch this no matter what. And then also, like, you see their attitude change. Like, they get so upset. And once we did, like, a little, like, I think it was, like, a 2 or 3 day break just, like, completely from screens. It was, like, she could care less about it. So it's, like, how addicting. But it's, like, we see it with ourselves. Like, before bed, like, you're scrolling your phone. And, like, how does that make you feel then when you finally put it away? It's, like, it's, like, one of the most, I think, the most addicting thing on the planet.
Yep, I agree with you.
It's tough to like navigate that with kids, and like that 10-year-old age is just, that's my, like, I'm dreading that because like technology is so powerful and it keeps us all connected and they FaceTime grandma and grandpa, but like then how do you make sure to make them also have like a old school childhood where like they learn interactions and
play games together.
Games are so social and like teaching a lot of like those dynamics. And being a good team player and being a good sport when they lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I will say the thing that's tricky is even if you have like a home phone that now they can reach out to their friends on, I still think it's tricky because not every other home has a home phone. Whereas when we grew up, we would just call our friends and say like, hey, it's Kristin, is so-and-so home? Or like, can I come over? Are you guys around? Or when will she be home? So our kids are not getting that experience. Yeah. So I think that's a little like frustrating, sad. I don't know. But it's like, I wish they still had that. Maybe it'll go back that way. Who knows?
Different reality.
Yeah.
So we mentioned that you made this massive career pivot. And then I think it's an emotional commitment. And it's also a financial commitment. Because especially in your field, I come to see you, you have to be prepared with the product, with the chair, with the building, smile on your face. What gave you courage? How did you make that decision?
Yeah, so I trained for probably like 9 or 10 months. And then I was applying to jobs and had taken all these courses and already invested a lot of money in my education and training at that point, and had traveled already to other states to get training. And just decided, you know what, I think I'm going to just do my own thing for a little while. I did get a job offer from a company, and I decided to turn it down so that I could do my own thing. And I didn't know if it would get big or if it would stay really small. I remember my first week, I had rented like this salon suite in Blaine, and my first week I had one consult the whole week, one consult, and she didn't even do anything, and she never came back. So it's like, I mean, I have to think about that first week of like, this was my first week of business,
and
now I look at like where I've come, and I'm like, so if I have a bad week or like a slow week, I always have to think about that week and think, nope, Kristin, you're doing okay.
I love that. That's a great story.
Yeah.
So what would you say the part that stretched you the most so far? Being in this field, maybe working in Arden Hills, North Oaks, Shoreview part of town. Yeah, what would you say is a challenge?
I think in the beginning it was the training and getting my confidence with my skills. And I would say now it's the social media. I literally can't stand it. I honestly don't know how you guys do it.
We can take over.
Number one, hate being on camera. But truly, it's just not my jam. But I have had really good advice from other injectors. And it's always stuck with me, this was in the beginning, haters are gonna hate. So you're okay, people are gonna say what they wanna say. Yep. And you just got to let them say their thing, and you're just going to move on. Yeah. Number two, I said, how do you figure out what to post on? And she said, you're going to post what you're passionate about. So if you're passionate about filler, 100%. If you're passionate about Botox, you're passionate about Sculptra, those are the things you're going to post on, because if you do that, that's who is going to come in to see you. Yeah. So if you love doing those services, do that. And then it's also applies to life, right? Yep. So if you're genuine, if you're posting genuine stuff, if you apply yourself in a genuine way with someone, you're going to naturally attract who should be your friends.
Yes. Yeah.
And so I will, those two things have always stuck with me, and two very different injectors. One's on the East Coast and one's in Atlanta. So I guess kind of East Coast too, but it's just, I'm grateful for those little things. And some people don't even know that what they're saying is going to stick with you. Yeah. So I'm just so grateful for those two people that I cross paths with.
And people are going to be mad about stuff no matter what, and it just makes it so that more people see you, because the more people comment and have something mean to say. I think somebody said something the more that I get comments, good or bad, it still drives the algorithm. So it's you're making me more successful, so thank you. More people are going to see this. And
my sister always says, show up. How do we show up, you guys? Yeah. We show up with open heart. Yeah. So, and it just taught me, because at first I was thinking, do we have a narrative that we are driving? Yeah. How do we do this storytelling? And we just show up with an open heart.
Yep. And I think, I I'm so like such a people pleaser that I want everyone to like me. I want everyone to be my friend. I want to get invited to everything. I want everyone to feel included. I want everyone to come see me for all their aesthetic services.
Yeah.
And the reality is like that's just not realistic. So I think to like for me it's like you got to like let that go and that's more of a me issue than an anyone else issue. So yeah, just to like be genuine and just be who you are.
Be who you are.
Yeah.
You'll attract just that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had like rapid fire questions, and I think one of them that we came up with that I was like, this is actually a cool question. I want to just like start asking people in general. What's one thing recently, you just talked about being a people pleaser, and I think a lot of us struggle with that. What's one thing recently that you've stopped apologizing for, that you're like, I'm not going to be sorry about this?
Bea, you might need to go first with your answer, and I might think too.
Yeah. Like mine was just having help around the house, and like I have a house manager nanny, and I'm like, I always was like, well, I want to be the one that does it all, and I want it to be hard, because like everyone else is struggling.
Yeah.
In this phase, this is what I should be struggling. I'm still struggling. Like, this is still really hard. But I'm like, it doesn't matter. I don't need to be like, well, I have this because I run businesses and like, oh, this, I'm justifying it. No, I'm just gonna like make a better life for myself and my kids.
Yeah.
So that's what mine is. But
yeah, I'm like, do you have one?
I am trying to think. We were laughing about it with Tim, and I said, you know, because you can hear me, that I'm foreign and I wasn't born here. So some conversations I can't have. And sometimes, you know, we're on social media accounts for a bunch of builders, and I have to go ask my husband, what is this song about? Because I could kind of hear the lyrics.
Yeah.
And he'll be like, yeah, we can't use that. So I'll have to go use an instrumental version.
Yeah, okay.
So we don't get any 50 Cent lyrics because they're inappropriate.
Yeah.
So certain things, I'm still very much, after 15 years of living here, I'm reminded that I'm foreign. And I felt like at Bethel, people would roll their eyes and say, oh, where are you from?
Yeah.
They would do this, and I just would freeze and would start explaining where I'm from, and I'm a European, and here's where Ukraine on the map.
Yeah.
And I just don't do this anymore.
No.
I just move on. Yeah. So I think that I just kind of had to grow into this foreigner / immigrant / whatever identity that I'm in, and I'm just not sorry.
Yeah. I think that kind of role, like being genuine in who you are.
Yeah.
Like, I think for so long, because I'm a people pleaser, trying to almost be who people want me to be.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like trying to fit this mold, but when you're trying to always fit this mold,
Yes.
you don't ever know who you are.
No.
So like to let that go and just be like, this is just me. And I think my faith has helped. Obviously, my husband has helped me so much on just like positive, like just words of encouragement and all, and then doing aesthetics and everything. So, yeah, I think that. And then on the home front, because I think about home front too, I feel like since doing like my own thing now, like my house isn't as clean and like meals literally don't get made.
And who cares? Because your kids are still going to get fed. It just doesn't matter.
Well, it's more my husband.
Oh, well then there you go.
He wants to be
Even
fed.
better. Oh, your husband wants to be fed. Okay,
Yeah.
well he can figure it out.
He can figure it out. He can have cereal
Uber
too.
Eats too, right? Yeah. That thing exists for a reason.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you can order Jimmy John's just as well as I can.
Yeah.
It's not a skill that women are just born with.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What would you say is like, I feel like aesthetics have come a long way. Like we've grown, like I think I remember 10 years ago, I was getting Botox for the first time and I was like, don't tell anyone, like that's like, you know, I just feel like it was like more taboo and like people were like, or they thought of Botox or fillers or anything like that. And they'd immediately be like, Lisa Rinna, Kylie Jenner, like that's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
How do you feel like that's shifted and what advice do you give to people? Because I do feel like it's become more like approachable.
Totally.
Acceptable.
What do you
and
think has
more
been
of a
like
routine.
the biggest change in that? And what would your advice to somebody who's starting to do that for the first time?
I truly view aesthetics like how I view makeup, right? Because you don't wake up in the morning with your face looking
Like this.
Yeah. So it's like we're putting something on our face to, in a sense, alter our natural appearance. So I kind of view aesthetics the same way. I would say I'm more of like a skin quality girl or a prevention girl.
Yeah.
Not the damage is done, now let's try to fix it and undo it. So I'm more of a natural approach. No, every injector though has their own like spin on it. Some people are more aggressive with their treatments, and that's just, I mean, they're going to track their own patients.
Yes.
Whereas I think I'm more of like a gentle, more natural approach.
Yeah.
So that's just me, and I think that generally speaking, the aesthetic world is much more accepted.
Yeah.
People are starting to get Botox and injections much younger now.
Yep.
I think people used to wait until they're already seeing those static lines in their forehead or the crow's feet, whatever. And I think that that's pivoting now, and I'm seeing younger people.
Yeah. What's your favorite treatment?
Oh, it's hard.
I know. That's a really hard one.
I don't know. I love doing filler. Okay. I mean, that's what most of my training is in filler.
You love Sculptra.
I love Sculptra. I love doing Botox. One of my favorite treatments to receive is Botox for hyperhidrosis.
Oh, yeah.
So just the excessive sweating. I was kind of reaching a point in my life where I'm guessing perimenopause. So, anyways, I love it for myself, and I love if people have those issues to help them with.
Oh yeah.
That. I mean, I had a 25-year-old or something come in recently for a underarm hyperhidrosis, and she texted me and was like, "This is actually life-changing."
And that's
for me.
like, talk about like your confidence and like you're in the summer and like anything that's like, I had that like. Just my metabolism was crazy as like a teenager, and it's like you're already in all of the worst phases of life, and then I was just drenched every single day as like a 7th grader. I'm like, I wish that this would have been possible for me. And I think you just like how much that affects your confidence. And it like is tough. So it's cool to see that you can use this stuff for.
I remember those stages of
medical
silk blouses.
Oh my gosh, yes. And like I'd always bring a sweatshirt anywhere I'd go.
Just like covered my
It's like 80 degrees outside.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What do you miss about hospital years? I'm just so, even through all your answers, I appreciate just even what you said right now, that you're gentle, slow. It's just a very, like a blanket of a medical field that you're putting on aesthetics, and that's why I come and see you, because you're good advice, but you're also, just your approach is good.
Yeah.
But I think from working night shifts and from being like, I don't know, I still remember my delivery nurse until now, and I was trying to send her money, and Noah said, it's inappropriate in America, you can't do that. But she just was life-changing to me. God. And it was such a low point in life, because you just are in so much pain, and somebody's by you, and like then the next day it's better, and she's still there. So just from that to now you see patients, like you see them more frequently, but they just come happy and leave happy. So what do you miss about your 12 years?
Yeah, I loved taking care of pregnant moms. So I think people think of labor and delivery and think, oh, you took care of little babies. I definitely did not. I mean, a little bit, tiny bit at the end. But then once they're born, it's like I'm moving them out to postpartum. So I really loved taking care of pregnant moms in like one of their most vulnerable moments in their life. And that was amazing. And some people were really sick, and some people like were in the ICU, and some people, I mean, or even just like antepartum in the hospital on bed rest before they would have their baby, for sometimes extended periods of time. And I really loved like taking care of them. I always tried my best to like hear where they were coming from, and I think I do the same in the aesthetic field. It's not just like I'm here to take care of you, get my job done, and check it off my list and get out of here. It's just not really how I'm wired. I loved that about labor and delivery, was taking care of the moms, and usually it would go well, and sometimes they needed some more help. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Do you want to talk a little bit about how people could find Tillie Aesthetics?
Oh,
if they're interested in getting, even if they've done work, what services you offer, and how to get a hold of you.
Yeah, so Tillie Aesthetics is on the corner of Highway 96 and Highway 61 in White Bear Lake.
Yep.
Pretty close to here. And I offer pretty much everything I do is behind a needle.
Okay.
So
get ready for a needle.
Botox, Dysport, Sculptra, skin pen. I do some weight loss.
And are you're full time, but what would be the good days to?
I don't work on Mondays. I typically work Tuesday through Friday with occasional Saturdays.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
A lot of options.
Yeah, I guess my one last one, we've been asking people what their favorite restaurant is in the area, because we obviously are a local small business.
Yeah.
You're local in the White Bear area, so you're in a little bit of a different side of Shoreview. We touched on Tavern, Churchill Street. What's your favorite over in White Bear Lake?
Brick House.
Brick House.
Oh, cute. Yeah, that's a fun date.
Yeah, they have great food. They have great soup. Their chicken crock soup is like so good.
Oh,
they have excellent cocktails. Yeah.
And they've got that cute little
rooftop is so fun.
Patio. Yes. I didn't discover that until like the 4th time I went there.
Yeah, they're so good.
Yeah, it's fun.
And it's great service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yummy protein bowls, all sorts of options.
And I like their brunch too. So
yeah.
You can get it all there.
Oh, sweet.
Well, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for the next episode of the Best for Your Nest podcast put on by Owl Roofing. And we will be talking to more difference makers in the Shoreview community.